Okay, so you've perfected your foundation or your base, and now you just want to correct some of the irregularities or the blemishes on the skin. So first of all, I'm going to pop the all too famous Peachy Sleep Concealer on my dark circles, focusing on the corners of my eyes here and just really where that dark circle is and a little on the outer corner here. I avoid placing concealer here because look, that's where we crease, and I don't want much product there. You can blend out to there because then that product will be thinner, less likely to crease, but placement of the product is more focused on this area and out here, avoiding the creases. I love using my fingers, just patting it on like an eye cream, as I feel it gives the most intensity of the pigment, and it also keeps the product where I want it. I like to go up in the corner here a little bit too, as it brightens the eyes, so right up in this corner, so like a C, and around here, and I just keep patting. You don't want to have a ring showing concealer to your foundation, so you might want to use a clean finger just to blend away the seam, and then just go back to blending here. And of course now you can blend it out onto that area, your crinkly area, and focus on the tear ducts, or the outer eyes rather, where we tend to get a little bit weepy, and I'm blending it out onto the temples. And the reason for that is if this area stays lighter, it also helps the look of health and more plumper skin, because this area being lighter will make that area look more plumper. All right, and I'm just blending a little bit more here. And look how bright and healthy my eyes look. Perfect. Now, if you're someone who finds that you like to use a little bit more concealer and it does crease, you can definitely use one of our larger brushes to just gently sweep over some of our high definition Miracle Blur. Don't put too much on. I find that I don't need that. It does tend to sit nicely on me throughout the day, and if I do get a little bit of creasing, I just use my fingers just to warm it and pop it back into place. All right, so concealing on the face. It's super important to use a concealer that matches your skin type, or color rather. So Peachy Sleep is not going to be one that is suitable for blemishes on the face unless you're covering veins and bruising, but you may find then that you need to use a bit of foundation over the top to get that looking like the skin color. All right, so for this I'm going to use a little bit of the medium olive, or you could use medium tan if that suits you, or the light, and I'm just using that around the crease of my nose because I'm quite red and veiny there, and also in the corner of my nostrils, as you can see veins there. Now, if you've got large pores in particular, it's really important to make sure that the concealer is a perfect match to your foundation, and if anything, make sure it's on the darker side rather than the lighter, because light things make things look bigger, and your pores will look bigger if you use a concealer that's too light, and nobody wants that. All right, so that is me concealing just those veins around my nose. There's a little bit of psoriasis here that I'm going to blend away. Perfect. Now, the trick with concealer is just to use what you need. Too much can draw attention to the blemish, especially if that blemish is a little bit dry and the skin's flaky. Flaky, dry skin is something that makeup will never ever hide. So it's all about putting hydration back into the skin. Cover it as best you can, but don't put too much on because you're going to draw attention to that dry skin. So there you have concealing. Of course, you can grab some samples to try which suits you best, but definitely using either the light color or the Peachy Sleep under the eyes is a really beautiful way of brightening the eye. The only time it wouldn't be suitable for you is if you've got darker skin, or maybe if you've got puffy skin under the eyes, or really excess skin. If if you have those as your issues, then you need to select a concealer that's going to match your foundation type, because light things make things look bigger. So if you've got excess skin or puffiness, you don't want to make that look bigger. So go with one of the other concealers, the light, the medium tan, or the medium olive, and possibly stay away from the peachy sleep.